in, and in practice, what happens when I'm reeling in? I caught a 5-pound largemouth. And it threw it in there, and as I'm telling you, and so I was reeling in, and all of a sudden I felt, and I said, hook, 5-pound largemouth.
Lucky guy.
I don't know what to tell you, but it happens. But you know what? Sometimes you have to be lucky, but you also have to be good to be lucky. So we were in the right place at the right time. So we come around the edge of this wee bed. Now we had 2 5-pound largemouths and 3 cute ones. And he goes, you know what? I haven't caught I lost that fish on a spinnerbait, and I'm going to keep throwing the spinnerbait. And we don't like throwing spinnerbait. Sure enough, he throws out there. All of a sudden, the water just, and he sets hook. Oh, big fish. I'm going, oh, must be a muskie. Here I'm thinking, it's got to be a muskie. Can't be another. But as soon as it comes out, I think, another 5-pound largemouth. I'm going, okay. So now we got 3 5-pound largemouth. It was almost at the point where you want to pinch yourself and make sure you're not dreaming, right? And we're sitting there with 3 5-pounders, and we have 2 real cute ones. And anyways, I finally catch one that's about 2.5, so that's a little better. We call another one, and we come around, and it just happened that morning was foggy. Like I said, when you win, a lot of times everything just goes your way, and it was foggy that morning. So he extended the time by half an hour, so we lost it. So we got back closer to the weigh-in, and we went to fish this wee bed. And if it was regular time, we would have had the bid in already. So, which wouldn't have mattered. We still would have won the tournament because everybody else apparently had a tough time. I don't know. But anyway, I go to this wee bed and I throw my jig in. And this is one thing we've talked about jig fishing. What do you think the most important rule is about jig fishing? As I'm telling you all this, go ahead.
Sleep. Sleep.
No.
Run tie.
No. Know what your jig feels like when you don't have anything on it.
Okay.
If you know what your jig feels like when you don't have anything on it, anytime it feels different, you should set the hook. Because a jig bite is not always the same. It can be different all the time. So anyways, I threw it out to the wee bed. It's falling, and I'm thinking, it's taking an awful long time to fall there. So I just reeled down, I set hook, and the weeds were so thick, I must have pinned them against all these weeds, and I came up with this big ball of weeds, and I'm holding it there, and I have no idea what I've got there, how big it is. We scooped the whole thing, and we opened it up, 5'2". Our biggest fish of the day. They weren't all 5-pounders. One was 4.8, one was 4.85, one was 4.9, and one was 5'2". Close enough, and a 2.5 pounder. And so it was, or 2 3/4 pounds, whatever. But when it's your day, everything seems to go right. Oh yeah, sorry. Before that, he lost another 5-pound smallie. When I was going to that wheat day, he lost another one. But
you would have had 25.
We should have had 25, 26 pounds. But 23 pounds of largemouth in the middle of August on Rice Lake is still a pretty good weight.
I was spinning there.
So I think that any day.
Was large.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, you know what? There's lessons to be learned in every day you have on the water. You know, good days, bad days. You should try to take something away from it.
So David shared a tournament experience. Everybody interesting it, right? Especially the last one. 他说那个 flipping jig 进去的感觉就是有的时候就感觉它像沉不到底似的，实际上这个时候你要晒hook，你应该感觉到 jig 要到底的，但实际上是没有到底，就是你没有重量 ，loose weight 没有重量就晒hook，这是鱼在咬走了，所以这就是 flipping jig。但刚刚就是23帮这个 experience 怎么钓这种大鱼，我想以后咱们讲中文开会的时候，大家可以再讨论这个细节，实际上是很有讲究的。一天就4 bite 5 pounder， 虽然有 lucky 成分在里面，但是里面技术含量很高的。Anything else?
The
Last question,
fish
okay?
The fish get scared if they got caught On the second day, they won't bite.
If you've already hooked them before,
For example, today I got fish, right? The second day, these fish, they're gonna bite another lure.
if you've hooked them that day, generally bass won't bite for 2-3 days if you've already hooked them once. Okay, so the first year I started doing tournaments, we learned a valuable lesson there exactly with that, and it was during this Emerald Isle tournament, and we went out. We had a good pre-fish. We found lots of good fish. We went out the first day, and we must have caught 50. And we were sitting in 4th place. We didn't need to catch 50 largemouth, but we didn't know any better. We just thought, this is great. Tomorrow we'll be able to come out here and catch another 50. It didn't work that way. So we should have, once we had a certain amount of weight, when the weight wasn't going up anymore, we should have left some of those fish for the next day. Because then the next day we had 6 bites. We lost 2 of them, and we ended up falling out of the money. But when you're fishing multiple day tournaments, like you're asking about the next day, 2 days and stuff like that, you always have to plan for that when you're doing the tournament. If it's a 1-day tournament, catch them all. Catch every one of them, you know, and see what kind of weight you come up with. But when you're fishing multiple, that's why, you know, anybody in a 1-day tournament can get lucky and win. Okay? In order to win a 2-day event or a 3-day event, it's much harder. Okay, you have to have a much better plan. You have to have more. You have to be on more fish in order to do it. But generally, 2-3 days they'll bite again.
Me and my friend ever in a small lake for 2 days fishing. First day, we got over 20. So at the night, at the first day, my friend asked me, should we keep some? I said, no, tomorrow we're still here. Right? Second day, we got nothing.
Yeah, that's
0.
Yeah.
So we.
Okay, that's exactly what can happen. It's not that they're not there
And the
anymore.
weather's the same condition.
Yeah.
Everything the same. Temperature, wind conditions.
Once they're stuck, they won't bite for it. They just shut down. They lock out. They go sit down.
So once you do pre-fishing, you better when you got just.
Yep, exactly. You have to plan. You have to manage your fish, is what we refer to. You have to manage your fish.
戴维刚刚说就是关于这个 tournament 这个问题，如果是他说鱼一旦咬钩，一般2-3天不咬的。说你要打 one day tournament， 就有的比赛是1天的话，你随便钓上去了。如果是有的比赛持续2天比赛或3天比赛，这个时候你的计划性要很好。有些地方你怎么钓，不能把1天把所有点全部钓光了，第2天你可能钓不到鱼了。所以这个是很重要的事情。所以今天我想就是 David， we thank you David, we thank David for very good presentation and all the. When David wrapped the stuff, we asked another sponsor. 康乐宫，它是伊娃，就是给我们讲就是怎么 health card 的 sponsor。Then after Eva， then 我们就去吃饭，好吧 ？OK， 我们谢谢，你可以到前面来讲讲，就是他是我们新的 sponsor， 就是来赞助我们，就是做按摩理疗，对我们比赛赞助。这个是
胳膊会疼的。
交底那个。然后你先讲。
刚才就是那个演讲很吸引人了，我都想去钓了。然后我在想，最早钓鱼的是07年，然后那会儿我们钓鱼，我最早钓鱼都是 sunfish， 我都不知道那是什么鱼，那鱼好傻，你扔在钩下去，它就不停的咬。因为它翻回去，它又在咬，然后我就不明白了，从来没钓过大的，直到有一天突然间下大雨了，然后我是最后一个离开的时候，我才发现，哎，原来塘底下有一种叫 catfish， 你能钓上之后，它还像青蛙一样哇哇叫，然后我们还把它。